Today is Women's Equality Day, a day dedicated to honor the unique daily struggles women face and also the achievements of women's rights activists. One of the biggest was achieved a little more than 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, giving women in our country the right to vote. Sara Guillermo, CEO of Ignite, joins us now to talk more about the role women will have in the upcoming election. Sara, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Always great to chat with you. Always great to catch up. So talk to us. We know it's important for women to contribute to make sure their voice is heard. But talk to us about what their vote means this go around.
Yeah, it's so critical. And right now we're seeing young people, specifically young women, flex their political power at the ballot box. We're seeing them jump into these campaigns, advocate for the issues that they care about, and we're seeing them step up and run for office themselves. And it has been a wild August, let's be honest. And we've seen a surge in energy, and I have no doubt that we're going to continue to see that as we move closer to the election. And it's definitely, a brat summer. And women's votes are so critical. And especially this election, there's so much at stake, especially when it comes to women's bodies, our autonomy, and the right to choose. And it's also, we stand to make some history this time around if we're able to elect our first female president. And so as the CEO of Ignite, I can tell you that this is going to be monumental for building political ambition and a lot of hope among young women, and especially amongst young women of color.
We mentioned the 19th Amendment. That's what gave women the right to vote in the U.S. But since then, there have been factors and barriers still preventing women from voting. Let's break these barriers down. Let's talk about these different issues.
Yeah, we've done a lot of research around this, and one of the ones that we found is that there's still this feeling of being unprepared, that your entire ballot, and some of them are multiple pages. There's just lots of different variations of the ballot, and they feel like it's a test, and people don't know how to prepare for it. They don't know how to complete the test. Sometimes they don't even know how to find the test or where to turn in said test. And the other barrier that we're finding is that there's a disconnect between what their vote and how that actually applies to their daily lives and their families' lives and their communities' lives. And so that disconnect makes it really challenging and has become such a big barrier. And then one of the other ones is just literally the logistical issue. So the logistical issue of registering and the whole process of voting. And so, for example, during the 2020 presidential election cycle, as students were leaving campus, staying on campus because of the pandemic, there was this huge question that was coming to us around where do we even find an absentee ballot? Where do we find mail-in ballots? How do we do that? And every single year, things are shifting because of all of the voting legislation that's happening around the country. And so a lot of our work at Ignite is really around our civic engagement and all the initiatives that we're doing and our current campaign called Ignite the Vote. And so we know that voting can be complicated. It can have all of these barriers. Sometimes it feels very intimidating, and sometimes it just feels like it's not number one for people. It could be number 10 as a priority, but really to have a healthy democracy where we're all participating, voting needs to become a habit, and we really need to make it more accessible for everybody.
Within that, what are the issues women are concerned about this election season? Which issues are they most passionate about?
Yeah, there's so many. And I just got to spend a couple days in Las Vegas earlier this month, and we had a huge Texas contingency there, actually, with over 100 young women from 27 different states. And, we had a wall of all of the issues that they were talking about: minimum wage, access to health care. There is still a lot around gun policy and a lot around immigration that continue to become a lot of the different issues that keep coming up for them. And one of the quotes that I love from the summit is that one of the young women said, "Gen Z is the blueprint of how politics is going to interact with the community and their constituencies in the future."
Fascinating. Okay, Sarah, for more information, for resources, where can folks go?
Yeah, folks can visit our webpage, ignitenational.org /vote. You can access voter registration information, how to do your research, and how to encourage your friends and your family and your community to vote.
I love it. Sarah Guillermo, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate your
Thank
time.
you. Bye.